is what to know before you go to Christkindlmarket Chicago. If you're in Chicago in December, I highly recommend a visit to this Chicago Christmas market. It is based on the original Christmas market in Germany. I live here in Chicago and I try to go at least once every holiday season, but if you are in town or if you live here too, definitely go check this out. In this video, I'm covering 5 things you should know before you go to help you have a successful Christmas market visit. So obviously, first and foremost, you need to know the when and the where, right? The basics. Let's start with the where because it's a little bit different this year in 2024. Now, there's still the original classic Christmas market in Daley Plaza, and that's really what I'm going to be focusing this video on. But typically, we have also had a Wrigleyville Christmas market location. This year, that one will not be taking place because of the NHL Winter Classic that they need that space for. So the Daley Plaza one right in the center of downtown is the one to go to. Now, when can you go? The Christmas market typically opens right around Thanksgiving, a little bit before every year, and runs until Christmas Eve. So this year it opened on November 22nd and it will end on December 24th. You can go Sundays through Thursdays from 11 a.m. to 8 p.m. And then on Fridays and Saturdays, it's open a little bit later until 9 p.m. If you find yourself going this year or following during Thanksgiving or Christmas Eve, it's only open until 4 p.m. on those days. Of course, special hours for the holidays. If you're not too fond of crowds, you want to go during the weekdays and you want to go earlier in the day during the daytime. We went this year around 6 in the evening on a Tuesday and it was pretty busy, pretty crowded, but still very fun. The second thing you should know is people often ask, are there tickets that I have to purchase to be able to go to this Chicago Christmas market? And no, you do not. It is free vibes, free holiday spirit. You can walk in and just enjoy, take some photos and video, free smells of all the delicious holiday food being cooked around you, and you can do some window shopping at all of the different stalls. Now, if you want to eat anything, drink anything, do any shopping, of course, that's where the money comes in, and that brings me to tip number 3. You should know that a lot of the places there are cash only. So come prepared. There are some places that accept credit card, but actually all of the places I wanted to go to this year were cash only. So luckily I had some on hand. Come prepared, and if you don't, you forget, there is an ATM on site on the side of the market that is closest to the Daley Center building. And of course, you're in downtown Chicago, so there are plenty of ATMs around depending on which one you need to go to based on your bank. Another very important consideration if you plan to drive yourself to Christkindlmarket Chicago is parking. Where do you park? Personally, this is always a big stressor for me. I was lucky because my brother-in-law drove us and we were able to find parking, street parking that was metered, only a couple blocks away from the Christmas market. If you'd rather just know that you have your parking situation figured out beforehand, there are 2 options. 1, Spot Hero, so where you can reserve a parking spot before you even arrive close to the market. And 2, Millennium Garages will offer you a discount if you're coming in for Christkindlmarket and you book in advance online. You can find more details around both of these parking options actually on the Christkindlmarket dedicated website. Okay, the next tip that I want to share with you is what should you prioritize buying and eating at this market. And I really focused on the food. I didn't really do any shopping, so I can't speak too much about that. There is plenty of great shopping, very beautiful beer steins, ornaments, and pieces from all around the world. So you'll be able to find a wide variety of very interesting vendors. But if you're all about the food like me, I will be honest, prices are overpriced, right? So here is what I absolutely recommend if you are wondering what you should splurge on, what you should get. We got the grilled cheese stuffed pretzel at this pretzel house and it was divine. I wish I would have purchased like 2 or 3 of them. They were that delicious. They were out of the pizza one when we got there, so that tells you something about what's popular. The other thing that I always get every single year at this Christmas market is the cheese strudel. If you are into any kind of cheese Danish, you will love the cheese strudel. It's $12 for 1 piece or $20 for a box, which just makes more sense to get the box, which is exactly what we did. It was gone the next day. You'll also see the Timber House where you can go in, sit, and enjoy imported German beers. There are glühwein and hot chocolate stands all around, and you can get your drink in one of the souvenir mugs that changes its design every year. So it's a nice way to commemorate your experience. A note on the hot chocolate, I would splurge on that if you want to get it and get it from maybe the Belgian hot chocolate stand or somewhere where It might be a little overpriced. It was $10 per cup of hot chocolate at that Belgian hot chocolate stand, for example. I walked past it thinking I'll come back, but then when I went to get the cheese strudel, they had hot chocolate available there for only $5, which I purchased, and it was not worth it. I would rather have paid the $10 to get the really quality hot chocolate. All right, on a final note, if you are already there visiting Christkindlmarket Chicago, you might as well do some additional exploring because you'll be so centrally located within downtown Chicago. So here are just some ideas if you want to make more of a day out of it or more of an evening out of your visit to the Chicago Christmas market. You could walk over to State Street and check out the Macy's window displays. You could walk over to Millennium Park, scope out the big decorated tree and go ice skating. You could walk over to the Palmer House Hilton Hotel and try the original brownie. That's right, it all started right here in Chicago. We have a lot of great theaters downtown, so you could coordinate to go see a show. Or of course, as always, you could go check out a great new restaurant. So that's it. Those are my tips to help you visit Christkindlmarket Chicago. I hope that it has been helpful. I hope you go, and I hope you have a very festive time and a very festive holiday season.